How's it going, guys? Nathan made this Toyota Garage here, and today is the day to put the wheel spacers on the Sequoia. And we have a wheel spacer just came in via UPS, and these are the WIDETRAX. This is not a sponsored video. Not that we sponsor this channel anyway. It's not big enough yet. These are WIDETRAX 2-inch spacers, and they're T6 aluminum. This company is actually legit. They were like $180 for all four. There'll be a link in the description, Amazon link, where you could buy these at. The price varies up and down all the time. I noticed that, so maybe a little more, a little less. The good thing about these, almost dropped that bad boy. These are actually hub centric, so it has a lip. So the wheel actually rides on the lip, not only on the lugs. So what we're gonna have to do here, we're gonna have to pull the wheel and tire off. We're gonna have to install this. They gave us lug nuts, some pretty good looking lug nuts here with them, and these will bolt the spacer to the hub of the vehicle, and then you have your studs here that obviously your wheel's gonna bolt to. I contacted the company before we did this because we tow with this thing all the time. Wanted to make sure that we're not gonna have a broken wheel spacer. Their comments were, even if you use the eBay wheel spacer, it will not break no matter what you tow with it if it's hub-centric, as long as you torque it down correctly and use Loctite. They said that this is so much stronger than even the factory wheels, the graded aluminum, that there's no way you're gonna break it. He told me he didn't care what I was gonna haul. Didn't matter. And that's gonna be the strong point of the vehicle. So we're going to put Loctite where this bolts to the vehicle, of course not on the studs where you bolt the wheel on. So yeah, let's get to it. And just to recap, while we're doing this, we're rubbing on the upper control arm on both sides, and it wasn't really that bad until I replaced the struts on it, and it made it sit like half an inch higher than it rubbed all the time. So to recap even further, when we put these tires on here, it's the factory wheels. These are 285 75 16s, and you can get away with this size tire if it's not a mud tire. But these tires have such big lugs on the side that they're rubbing the lugs on the inside. Actually feel the groove in it right there. And the last few times I drove it on the highway, you come to the stop sign, you can smell rubber burning. So something had to be done. When I put these on here, I used a 1/4-inch spacer. Just like a shim basically that goes behind the wheel. When you bolt it all together, you use the factory lug nuts. Like I said, that was good to go until it went up just a little bit higher, the suspension, and then it would rub. So right now it doesn't rub if I have the air ride aired up in the back. If you drive straight, when you go around a corner on the highway, you can hear it. So we're gonna go ahead and install these. Now the other stipulation is there's always an effect of doing something. I think it's gonna hit at the minimum this mud flap. I think it might hit that running board. I don't know. That's something, if it comes down to it, we'll take those off and put them on eBay. I know they're worth an insane amount of money and they're perfect shape. I hate to take them off. We'll see how it works out. You know, I don't know. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are. So these are, like I said, 32 by 1150, I think is what 285 75 measures have to be in that wheel. And pretty heavy. They weigh 67 pounds a piece just for the tires, so they're close to 100 with the wheel. You can see here we've been rubbing nice and slick, and we undid the sway bar because it made it ride so terribly rough. I need to find another bracket for the brake line, but just put a couple zip ties, put one little piece of wire just to make sure it wouldn't fall off. We need to do probably some stainless steel braided brake lines pretty soon. That's been on the list. So many things going on here, it's hard to lock that down. So here's our spacer right here, and we'll go ahead and set that kind of out of the way. And like I said, I think we're going to hit the mud flaps no matter what. We're almost going to have to bolt the spacers on and then put a couple lug nuts on and see what's happening. But since we're sending it out 2 inches, that's definitely going to cause some rubbing issues. So I guess what we're going to do right now, make sure the spacer fits the hub, make sure the spacer fits the wheel for the hub centric part before we go any further. We're going to go and put the spacer on. Trying to remember what they said the torque was. It was either 100 or 120 foot-pounds of torque, the spacer to the hub, and with red Loctite. So let's go ahead and do those things right now. Okay, so everything's, it's not on there, just sitting on there, but everything fits. So we fit to the hub. I suck it in the wheel first. The center cone does fit the wheel perfectly. Couple issues. I don't have any red Loctite. I got blue. I mean, some guys are using blue. I think it should be more than sufficient. It's not like I want to put a big glob of super crazy Loctite on there and then I got to change the brakes and then you got to take it all back off. So other than that, it's hard to get some mud on it. That's nice. You can see where it's been rubbing on that control arm. And it shouldn't be that bad. So we're going to torque these to 100. I got a pry bar I'm going to stick between the lugs so we can torque it all. Maybe we'll put them on with the impact first, snug them up, and then hit them with a torque wrench and do it like that. And we'll come back and we'll see where we're at with this, but probably going to have to pull that mud flap at least off. Well, I see the first problem. And the first problem is the lug nuts are barely catching the first few threads of the studs. That's not gonna work. What the hell? Come on. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay, well, for the sake of today's video, I just want to put 2 lug nuts on it and we just let it down. I got just a little tension on the jack on it where it's not actually lifting the suspension up. This is where we're at. We are going to hit the mud flap, but it looks like if we take it off, we should be clear of everything else. So, I mean, it looks like it'll work. I don't know what in the hell we're going to do about those lug nuts, about the studs not being long enough. I don't know about that. I'm going to have to write the company and see what they say. They should have known that before they sold them to me. I don't know. It's the way it goes sometimes. So I guess it'll be a part 2 to this coming up. Might be a helpful video. A lot of you guys that are going to do the same thing to realize that the lugs are not long enough to fit these spacers. So we'll just have to see. We put them on there like it is. The wheel's going to fall off and probably won't live to tell about it if it's a front wheel. So good thing we were paying attention and seeing that was an issue. They're only grabbing by about 5 threads. That's not enough. At least need to have, we need to have all the threads in that little nut to be grabbing. So I don't know. That's it, guys. Hoping this helps a little bit. We'll be back with the final video, hopefully, or at least a solution to it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Okay, so it's about 2 hours later. Just got time to look it up. Longer wheel studs, what we're missing. We need some 50 millimeter long M12 by 150 wheel studs. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll put the link in the Amazon store for that. They come in packs of 10. They're $18 for a pack of 10. So basically another 60 bucks worth of stuff. So 180 and 60. So what's going to cost to get wheel spacers. The thing about it is, even if you just put aftermarket wheels on it, if you just go buy some wheels, they're aluminum wheels that take Acorn style lug nuts, you're going to have to buy the extended wheel lugs and install them. So we'll do an installation video of that coming up. Just thought you guys like to know what I found, so maybe I could find it out and you guys don't have to find out the hard way. So we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.